visiting Royals, who will be able to pick up their first win of the season. Find out when we come back on Ohio Bobcat TV. Welcome back to Athens, Ohio for a little matinee field hockey action here at home for the Bobcats, taking on the Queens University of Charlotte Royals. A little bit of a handful with that name, but quite a royal name if I do say so for myself. Gavin, it should be a great matchup between these two teams. On paper, the Bobcats seem like they should have this one in the bag. However, you can't take anybody lightly.
No, you can never take anyone lightly, as the Bobcats found out earlier. They are coming off of a 3-0 loss to the hands of Miami. You cannot really blame that, as Miami is a very, very good program. As we know, they're arguably top 25 in the nation. And for the Royals, they're looking to really just kickstart their season here after coming off of 11-0 loss against the number 11 team in the nation. It's never obviously a good start to the season when you are 0-5, and if they can get a win here against a strong Bobcats team, that can really kickstart their season going forward.
Yeah, some of the stat trends coming into today's game, the Bobcats have scored 10 goals on the season and given up 10. It's all evened up in that sort of category. As for Queens, they've only scored 4 goals but given up 35. However, their shot on goal percentage is pretty solid. They're shooting 50% when it comes to getting those shots on goal. So they've been there, they've had opportunities, and today they're going to look to really execute on that. And they won't go against Neela Grainer today. They'll be going against Macy Lotz, who also has a lot of great experience in the goal, as she has won a Defensive Player of the Year at one point in her career.
Absolutely, and she also has the highest save percentage on the team last year with a .721 save percentage, which is very good.
Yeah, it's impressive when you not only have one great goalie, but you have multiple great goalies, and the Bobcats are showcasing a little bit of their depth here this afternoon as we're getting ready to get started. It's time to pump it up here in Athens because it is game day for Ohio field hockey, as first touch will go to Caitlin Whittle and the Bobcats, and we are underway here in Athens as the ball will probably go towards the back corner and out of play, giving the free hit to Queens University of Charlotte. And as we talked about, Gabe Lechner is going to be the key player for this squad, as Queens is going to line up in the all-white uniforms today. Bobcats wearing their home uniforms of all black here at home on a kind of a fall day here. Even though it's supposed to be in the 80s, it feels like it's a nice fall day here in the wind, as Queens is starting to get a little bit of forward momentum there. It's Inya Kemp being able to go down there, and it's going to be a free hit. Good aggression early on from Queens. So Royals with the free hit. It'll be Charlotte Berger. Kind of funny, you have a player named Charlotte playing for Queens University of Charlotte. It just works that way, as we'll see another free hit. And now the Royals are in the attacking circle and have an opportunity to get on the board first here early on, just a minute into the game. Queens working around the attacking circle.
couple early fouls here by the Bobcats, trying to settle into this match here.
Yeah, definitely takes some time here. Of course, Sundays, it's a little bit tricky having to wake up for that, given that they had to go on the road, play against the Miami Redhawks just on Friday, and then come back either on Friday night or on Saturday morning, and then get ready to turn around and play a game. While Queens has gotten to have the rest, but they also have had the challenge of having to make the 6.5-hour trip from Charlotte to Athens.
Yeah, and for this Queens team, they are not going to be home much. They have a road stand that stands almost 2 months, which give them credit because that is an extremely tough schedule to be on the road for that crazy amount of a long time there.
Yeah, I agree, Gavin. I mean, to be a team that's on the road for that long, it's really impressive that these players are able to continue to be great students as well as great athletes on the field, as we see Bodie Littlefield come up with the ball, passing it to her teammate, Wesley Littlefield, one sister to another sister, and then it's poked away by Queens University of Charlotte as they are able to stave off that attempt. But the Littlefield sisters both have lots of experience, each of them starting every game last season and so far starting a lot of the games this season for the sisters from Maine.
Yeah, and Bodie played in all 19 matches in her freshman year, which is a great stat, showing her that she can play the game very well.
She can. Very talented family that's been a part of the Bobcat sports for quite a while. Wesley Littlefield just played in her 50th game as a Bobcat as they try to push it to Caitlin Whittle here in the 3rd minute of the game. And Caitlin Whittle almost had the steal, but it bounced off the wrong side of the stick, and that'll be a free hit for Queens University of Charlotte. It'll be Cassie McKenzie who has a goal on the season with the free hit. So no shots on goal just yet, as in the first couple of minutes, usually you have two teams kind of filling each other out. That was the case for the Bobcats in their last game, Gavin, against Miami, as they were just trying to fill each other out a little bit. There was no score after one, but after that, Miami sort of took over the game. So for the Bobcats, if they can start off early, getting a goal real quick, that could be something to their benefit.
Yeah, it's always about starting off on the right foot. Obviously, it can be a bit of a slow start into these type of games. As you said, it's a feeling out process. So if they can start on the right foot, really for either Queens or OU, whichever team can start off on the right foot will grab that momentum going forward.
Powell tries to push it downfield, unable to do so, and then Queens taking it right back, as you're going to see lots of momentum shifts in plays, as it's very tough to be able to keep possession, as that pass is going to go into the attacking circle out the back line, and it'll be a free hit for the Cats. Looking to break out of a 2-game losing streak. They started off the season red hot and then cooled down a little bit with a couple of road matchups against Towson and, of course, Miami. But being able to have an opportunity at home on a pretty nice weather day is a good opportunity to potentially bounce back. But it was easier said than done, as Queens has looked pretty solid defensively thus far.
Yeah, and I think that for the Bobcats, as you said, it's coming off of a two straight road losses. Obviously, it's always very tough to play on the road, but against Townsend, all credit to them. I feel that the Bobcats might have underestimated them a little bit and maybe not have played at the full capacity that they could have. And then Miami, again, a great program, a great team. It's always going to be tough playing against great schools like that.
So Kopp knocks that one out of play. Kopp wearing number 17 today instead of her usual number 5. And now the free hit going towards Queens University of Charlotte. One thing to note, it is a pretty blistery day here in Athens, so that could add a little bit of intrigue to this matchup, as the winds, you can feel them here in the broadcast booth, and you can definitely feel them on the field as well, as the Bobcats will have a solid opportunity with a free hit. 5 minutes into the game, no score from Athens, Ohio, between the Royals and the Cats. Now Caitlin Whittle nears the attacking circle. Good defense, though, poked away by Berger. Berger, the freshman from Netherlands. And there's a lot of freshmen all over this matchup, not only on the Royal side, but also on the Bobcat side.
Yeah, and for the Bobcats, the freshmen actually have more than half the goals scored, 6 out of the 10 goals, which is great for the young class of freshmen here.
So we'll see where that free hit lies. It looks like it'll lie with the Bobcats. Anouk Plan will have possession, and she'll get it out to Bodie Littlefield on the near side. And it was a one-on-one won by the Royals. Good job. Solid defense from Faye Van der Roer the freshman from the Netherlands, and it seems like every other second I'm calling a freshman making a play. Pretty impressive.
Absolutely. All these young talented players for both Ohio and also Queens, the more experience that these young freshmen get, the better that your program will be going into the future.
Desmarais hits it off Lechner's stick. So the Bobcats will get the free hit back at the 23-meter line as they look to get something going. That pass was knocked away by a pair of Royals. Now the Bobcats in the attacking circle trying to get something going. Bodie Littlefield gets it to the plane of the net. There's a shot from Whittle. Whittle still working her way into the attacking circle, and ultimately it is won by the Royals. So the Royals are able to prove themselves impermeable on defense, and it's good work from the defense. Being able to stop Caitlin Whittle. She's really tough to stop once she gets in that attacking circle.
Yeah, and it was also a good save from the Royals keeper, Hannah Neeson, the freshman from Amsterdam, Netherlands. A great quick save from her by the blocker side.
Yeah, Neeson, she has 3 games played, and her save percentage is .619, so saving about 62% of the shots that go her way. Not bad at all. And we'll see if the Bobcats can be able to get past her, as we have no score about midway through the opening quarter, as we've seen 1 shot on goal for the Bobcats, no shots on goal for Queens University of Charlotte. And now Noah Martez tries to take that one, but she's unable to keep possession. And now Charlotte with the opportunity, and now the ball rolls out the back line on the missed pass. As Gavin, usually in sports, you're like, oh, a pass would not be that difficult. But with how saturated the field is and how the ball is almost frictionless going over the playing surface, it can be very difficult to make clean passes, as we see right there.
Absolutely, and we're talking about the game, too, coming into the ground here today, that, hey, we are watering the turf. And, people, usually you don't think of watering turf, but when it is turf like this, and you, as I remember that you telling me this, that you want the ball to slide on the turf almost like you are playing hockey on ice.
So there's a run from Maincha Lichtenberg, who's able to run that ball down. A far pass that she was able to get around. Now tight rope in the back line is Lichtenberg, and then the ball is poked away. Ultimately won by the Royals, but the refs call the play. It should be a penalty corner for the Bobcats. So the Bobcats will get their first opportunity at a penalty corner, as they have been pretty solid on generating them. They've generated 25, now they're 26th of the season, and have yielded 22. But it's always a great opportunity to score. And Gavin, this is one of the few times that you get to see kind of plays in field hockey as they kind of work their way around the attacking circle to find just a little bit of space to be able to score. As it'll be Neeson in the goal and Noah Desmarais in to pass it in for the Bobcats on the penalty corner with 6 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. DeMartez passes it in. A good opportunity for a shot that bounces high and ricochets. It was Maincha Lichtenberg with the delivery. And it looks like we're going to do it again. Little deja vu in Athens, as we'll see another penalty corner yet again.
Yeah, it's always interesting here to see who the ball will go to. Obviously, you need to set the ball up by blocking the ball on the edge of that box there. And it's always interesting to see who will end up taking the shot on goal.
Yep, so now we'll see Caitlin Whittle with the pass in. You've got to always watch out for the potential ricochet from whoever's the player that is feeding it in. So it could be an opportunity for the talented senior. But the Bobcats will get it down. There's an opportunity for a shot. It was Plen who had the opportunity, and she was unable to convert. And Queens, that's a big win. You see a full cheer from their whole squad after being able to stop the Bobcats. After 2 straight penalty corners, Bobcats still generating some pretty good chances with 3 shots on goal as we enter the 9th minute of the game.
Yeah, it's a big defensive stand right there from Queens.
They'll need a lot of that throughout the year, as they've having an opportunity to bounce back. They've given up a lot of goals in these last 2 games. If we look at their schedule, they gave up 9 to Georgetown, 6 to VCU, and 11 to Liberty. And they've shown they can be able to play solid defense against the MAC school. They only gave up 3 to Longwood earlier in this season. So they definitely have the potential to do so. It just takes that opportunity to just really adjust to the Division I game. That's really tough, having to switch and transition from being a D2 team to a D1 team. But so far, they have looked the part as they work into the attacking circle. And then it's Mila Kopp, the defensive anchor, ultimately winning that battle, taking the ball away. and it's a free hit for the Cats.
Absolutely, and going back to that schedule for the Royals here, it's always tough again being on the road, and especially when you do allow that many goals. Again, as we saw, but again, when you play teams such as Liberty, who I believe are currently still ranked 11th in the nation, obviously it's going to be tough again when you're transitioning from D2 to D1. It's going to be tough playing top 10, top 15, top 25 schools in the country. But if they can get it done here today, so far they're looking pretty good.
McKenzie's free hit is taken away by the freshman phenom DeCotla, who has a goal on the season, joining a couple of other players who had their first goals against Central Michigan. Caitlin Whittle tries to feed her teammate DeCotla with the shot. It is kicked away by Neeson. And now another shot just goes to the right of the net. Almost a goal for the Bobcats. It was Wesley Littlefield in the area trying to put it away, but unable. So pretty exciting sequence for the Bobcats as they're up to 5 shots on goal, generating a couple of great opportunities here in the 11th minute of the game. No score, but so far the Bobcats have been the hammer, and Queens University of Charlotte has been the nail. But as we've learned from many games throughout my time of calling this for now my 3rd season, that can switch in an instant.
Ohio so far has been the dominant team on the offensive side. However, the Royals so far look pretty sound on defense, making sure that they stop those Bobcat scoring attacks.
So missed pass there for the Bobcats, and now it'll be the Royals' opportunity to be able to try to take advantage here as there's a pass, a couple of good passes, 3 completed in a row. And now with the possession of the ball, it's Jarmila Richter, who had an assist against Davidson earlier this season. And now for the free hit for the Royals, it is Tatum Shipman. So the Bobcats, you can see that they're applying a lot of great pressure as the green and white will try to poke the ball away, and they're able to right around the midfield line. And now DeCotla with the ball. Caitlin Whittle all alone in the attacking circle. A one-on-one. She whiffs. She goes inside, takes her shot. It's kicked away by Neeson. Whittle tries to ricochet it back in. And what an impressive work from Neeson, as that was a nice, nifty move from Caitlin Whittle, being able to swoop that ball into the front part of the attacking circle and fire that shot. But it was saved ultimately by the Royals.
Yeah, it was going off. Looks like forehand, backhand, and back to the forehand side right there of the stick. It's a good shot, but again, it's a really nice save from Neeson.
So 2 minutes, 38 seconds left to go. It's the 13th minute of this opening quarter. Bobcats with 6 shots on goal. And now we see Lichtenberg with the steal. She had a big goal against the Davidson Wildcats in the Battle of the Cats. And now Lichtenberg getting it started quick with the shot, skying up in the air, knocked away from by Neeson. And now it's DeCotla, and the ball is taken away. Won by the Royals, Sophia Arato. Now with the ball, the sophomore from New York. She appeared in 19 games last year with 1 start, and now is having the opportunity to start a lot more in this season, as we see some substitutions from the Bobcats as they try to get some fresh legs out there. As Ohio University works into the attacking circle, Whittle skies it up there, and the bounce goes to the right of the net and out of play. And they'll say it is off OU, giving possession to Queens.
Yeah, and the Bobcats seem offensively very sound so far. Many shots on target, on goal. Really testing the keeper, Neeson, so far.
Good defense from Wesley Littlefield, just getting the stick out there to get it to Plen. Plen tries to drive her way to the attacking circle, and then the defense, an illegal tackle that's going to go against the Royals, Michaela Clark. And it looks like there's a penalty call, and it should be another penalty corner as they're trying to make some arguments here with the referees, but to no avail. So a team that has given up 66 penalty corners coming into the season has already given up 3 so far today in the first quarter. Can the Bobcats get on the board first? Here at home, you'll find out here on the penalty corner for the Cats, their 3rd one of the day.
Yeah, we can see right here if Ohio can capitalize right here off this penalty corner.
So it'll be Caitlin Whittle doing the pass in. Noah Martez and Sasha DeCotla. Mancha Lichtenberg on the near side. And then it's Wesley Littlefield, Mila Kopp also around there. There's an opportunity. They try to get it out to Lichtenberg. Lichtenberg uses her stick to get by her. DeCotla with the shot. Neeson showcases great aggression and then trying to sky it in. It was the Bobcats looking for their opportunity. Looked like Merla Call was in the area to try to be able to knock that one in. but was unable to do so as the ball went high. So the Bobcats, even though they got a couple of good shots there, were unable to get it in. Good work by Neeson and the defense of the Royals.
Yeah, Neeson so far looking very sound right in the goalkeeping position there.
Now you see some pretty impressive stick work from number 31, Van der Roor, but it is taken away. Bodie Littlefield tries to get it to Dakotla, but had a little too much mustard on that one, going out of play. And with 35 seconds left to go, Bobcats and Royals scoreless here in Athens.
A good little pass down there, but unfortunately it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, and sometimes when you're in this situation, you just want to try to burn off the clock with only 20 seconds left to go here in the 15th minute of the game. As you see, a pretty aggressive swing there from Whittle, trying to get it to her teammates
10,
as the ball was kind of up
9,
in the air.
8,
But more than likely, that'll
7,
take us to the end of
6,
the first quarter as
5,
Queens University of
4,
Charlotte's going to take their
3,
time getting to that
2,
ball. And that's
1.
how we're going to end the opening period. We're 1 up, 1 down here in Athens, and the Bobcats have generated a lot of shots, but hats off to Queens University of Charlotte for being able to defend them time and time again. What will the second period hold? You'll find out here on Ohio Bobcat TV. We are back in Athens, Ohio for a matchup between the Ohio Bobcats coming into this game at 3-2 and the Queens University of Charlotte Royals who are coming into this game looking for win number 1 of their Division I careers. As it's always impressive when you see teams make that jump. It's very difficult to be able to make that jump, and these players are the group that's going to make that transition. Pretty impressive by all of them to be able to continue to hold their own as they did that throughout the first quarter, as they have given the Bobcats all they can handle, especially on the defensive side. As we begin the second quarter of play, it is scoreless in the 16th minute of the matchup. Sasha Dakotla and Caitlin Whittle try to change that as Dakotla is able to hit it off of the foot of a Royal player, and that'll give possession, to the Bobcats.
Yeah, I was very impressed by the Royals defense in that first quarter there.
Dangerous opportunity near the net, trying to work her way inside is Lichtenberg. Lichtenberg gets it out to a potential spot for a shot, and it is just missed. It was Merla Call, who's had 2 opportunities for shots today that have just barely missed. but the Bobcats will have the free hit, as it'll be a nuke plan. We'll try to get it inside to Lichtenberg. Lichtenberg tries to find some space, and it'll be an infraction. I think the stick hit off of the leg of Ellie Fitzgerald, the senior from Dublin, Ireland, who's been very solid. She has an all-conference second-team honor in her career, so she's definitely one of those players to watch, but she gets the ball poked away from her as Call had possession, but now she's going to pass it off to Littlefield here for the free hit to Day Martez, now at the top of the key, just about 10 meters away from the attacking circle, trying to get it in to no avail. But Bodie Littlefield being continuously persistent down there, generating opportunity after opportunity, as it feels like for maybe about 15 minutes straight, the ball has been deep in Royals territory.
Yeah, it seems so far that throughout this match, the Bobcats have really kept the ball in that Rose attacking third. But credit to the defense of Queens and the goalkeeper as well. They're keeping Bobcats tame.
It's been impressive for sure, Gavin. As once again, Cedric Granger joined by Gavin Carrig here for this matchup. We have no score as we enter the 17th minute of the game. Potentially a foot that hit, but Merla Call still fighting her way into the attacking circle, showcasing some scrappiness. Hits the post to the left, as it will be a penalty corner. The 70th one given up on the season for Queens University of Charlotte. And for the Bobcats, an opportunity to score once again. It is their 4th one of the day, 29th of the season. Let's see what type of play design they decide to go with here.
It is a corner for the Cats.
Yeah, and you have to think that after all this constant pressure, and especially with these penalty corners, that OU will have to capitalize at some point. But again, that defense for the Royals looking so very strong so far.
12 minutes, 48 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Bobcats and Royals are scoreless. Here comes the penalty corner. Caitlin Whittle will pass it in. Opportunity for Call, trying to make a shot. Now Lichtenberg fires inside. Ball goes too high, almost into the stomach of one of the players for the Royals. And once again, the defense is solid for Queens University of Charlotte. It's been quite awesome to see. And if you're a Royals fan at home, that's exactly what you want from this matchup today.
Yes, Cedric. So far, again, this defense, I've been saying it over and over, but this defense for the Royals has been very impressive so far.
But here come the Bobcats trying to get back on the offensive end. Once again, a very ambitious pass trying to find Caitlin Whittle was Noah De Martez. Put it on a rope, but unable to complete the pass.
Yeah, it was a bullet of a pass, a beautiful pass right there, but unfortunately just a little bit too much power on the pass and was not being able to control the ball there.
So with 11 minutes, 51 seconds left to go as we've entered the 19th minute of the match, Bobcats, Queens University of Charlotte, all tied up at nothing as Ohio University tries to get something going, as OU looks like they'll have a free hit opportunity in Queens territory here. It's a nice day in Athens, I'd say. About 80 degrees, but lots of wind, lots of breeze, as the Royals might have an opportunity at a run here as they're on the offensive side, but it is slowly taken back by the Bobcats. A new plan, the freshman, showcasing her defensive ability, as now a sloppy pass there almost cost the Bobcats, but they're able to take advantage. As Bodie Littlefield has possession, passes it to Noah De Martez, but it goes behind her and out of play. Free hit for the Royals. It'll be Richter with the opportunity here to tip the scales of the game.
Yeah, it was a good little chance right there for Queens on the offensive side, looking to try and continue that pressure throughout this second quarter here.
And you also see a lot of new players being able to switch in. These rosters generally even in terms of size. A couple more players on the Queens University of Charlotte side. So a little advantage they may have in this game is just being able to switch. As now DeCotla has a chance running in front of everybody. It's DeCotla and it's Whittle. It's an opportunity that is almost won there from the Royals, but keeping it alive is DeCotla trying to find her way past the defender, unable to do so. And what a play from Charlotte Berger. It was freshman v. freshman, mano-y-mano on the near side, and Charlotte was able to win it. Good work from Queens.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Charlotte Berger there with a great defensive play to put the stick onto the ball and knock it away from the Bobcats attacking play right there.
It's really impressive to be able to see those matchups, especially if these two teams decide to continue their series and play a couple of times. This is their first series or first game against each other all time. Now with Queens jumping up to Division I, and if you get games like this, maybe good competition to be able to have that opportunity to be able to play this squad year in, year out. And if you're for both freshmen in this matchup, you'll see that Decatla versus Berger matchup a lot as an opportunity there, trying to look for Caitlin Whittle, who had some space in the attacking circle, but to no avail as we are in the 21st minute of the game. We are scoreless here in Athens, Ohio at Pruitt Field, named after Peggy Pruitt, who's been honored this year. She has been inducted into the MAC Hall of Fame for her impacts at Ohio University, as in the 1970s she was the coach for Ohio field hockey and then was here for quite a long time as there's a dangerous hit. So the Bobcats will quickly have it back. Lucy Davis now with the ball. Davis drives into the attacking circle, showing no hesitation, tries to get it underneath the legs of a Queens player, and it hits off of the toe. That results in a penalty corner for the Bobcats. Not 3, not 4, but 5. That's how many times they've had penalty corners today, and they'll try to get their first goal on the day with that opportunity.
Yeah, you have to think that sooner or later the Bobcats will capitalize off of, after, again, as you just said, 5 penalty corners so far. But again, this defense so far has been up to the test on each penalty corner.
Queens University of Charlotte's had to deal with a lot of these. I mean, 71, so they've had a lot of experience with being able to defend against penalty corners. Can the Bobcats show the aggression? Passes down. It was planned once again on the penalty corner opportunity, and it ricochets out of play. Defense once again remains strong as they refuse to move against the Bobcats.
Neeson again with another save, and this time a nice diving to her right side to make that good save.
And now it's DeMartez with a good pass into Lucy Davis. It was a gorgeous pass, but Lucy Davis unable to get a shot there. But the Bobcats still have possession. Now it's Decatla trying to spin around, look for room. And once again, sound like a broken record. Penalty corner happening again. Number 6. Will 6-time be the charm for OU? We'll find out as we have no score with 8 shots on goal for the Bobcats, no shots on goal by Queens. And now with it being the 23rd minute, the Bobcats have their opportunity to try to go up 1 here at home. This time they go to DeMartez to pass it in for the Cats. She looks. Wesley Littlefield gets it down. Another opportunity for Plan, as they really like having Plan have those opportunities for shots up at the top of the key. Once again, hats off to, or should I say crowns off, I guess, to Queens University of Charlotte for being able to once again stop the Bobcats. Bodie Littlefield tries to get it in. No teammates are home. And now Queens with the ball, dribbling it out of there is number 9, Powell. So Noah DeMartez back with the ball as OU's been stifling Queens whenever they try to get any sort of offense going, as the ball is poked away and very near to a corner. We'll see what they call on the field, and they will call another penalty corner. 7 is the lucky number.
It might be. I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe a green card was shown to one of the Charlotte players.
Yep, I believe so, which means the player that was called for the infraction will have to sit out of the game for 2 minutes. So the Bobcats will be playing with a player up. So maybe that will be what they need to be able to put on the first score, as with 7 minutes, 31 seconds left to go in this scoreless affair here in Athens, Ohio. DeMartez will have the opportunity to pass it in. Got to watch out for the aggressive offense on the right side, as you have 4 total goals from Whittle and Decatla, and they're both lined up here on the near side of the camera. This time they go inside. There's a shot from Wesley Littlefield, poked away by Neeson. And here comes the cavalry for the Royals. Passing it inside, trying to look for the opportunity was Lindsay, and unable to convert. And now the Royals have a running opportunity, as Bodie Littlefield running with all she got to be able to try to defend the Royals' opportunity. This is their best generated position here so far today. And that was great work from Kennedy Bratton, the sophomore, played in 18 games last year, had a 1 goal, and now we see a penalty corner for the Royals.
Yeah, that was a great pass too. About probably 20, 30 yards down the field, able to pick out that pass with precision. It was a great pass.
It's also impressive work from the Bobcats being able to run with everything they got. You saw Bodie Littlefield on her high horse getting to that ball to be able to at least contend it from being a one-on-one. And now Macy Lotz will get tested for the first time today. No shots on goal, but 9 shots on goal for the Bobcats. But now it's Queens University of Charlotte with the opportunity for the penalty corner here on the road in Athens. We'll see what Queens got on their penalty corner. They're going to go to the backside of the attacking circle, trying to set up the play on the left wing. And it is poked away by the Bobcats. No call, no free hit. Caitlin Whittle, who showcases her offensive ability usually, showcases she can get it done on the defensive side as well. So no score with 6 minutes, 46 seconds left to go. As for the first time today, we see the ball deep in Ohio territory as opposed to Queens territory, as the Royals will get set up around the attacking circle, just trying to look for any bit of space, any sort of opportunity in that defensive alignment for the Bobcats. But it is easier said and done for the women in black.
Yes, Royals team here looking for one of the few offensive tries that they've had here today, putting on pressure.
So 6 minutes, 11 seconds left to go. Free hit back towards the Cats. So we have no score. A couple of exciting opportunities generated by Ohio. And then Queens University of Charlotte also generated one themselves, as they're coming all the way here, like we said earlier, from North Carolina. Charlotte's an absolutely gorgeous city. So great place to be able to go to college at. And it's not the first North Carolina team, Gavin, that the Bobcats have played against this season. They played against Davidson as well earlier this year, where Micah Lichtenberg and Nile Grainer led the Bobcats to a 1-0 victory. Pretty awesome game that was, being able to see Lichtenberg get the goal in the second half.
Yeah, it's always a great game when you always win 1-0, showing that your defense can be very sound throughout the game.
So far, Ohio has been doing really solid job of not even letting the ball get into their own territory. Queens University of Charlotte, though, starting to show a little bit of control of the game, but a bad pass there, bouncing off of the stick of Arato, will give Ohio chance with possession with 5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. We are in minute 25 of the matchup, skying it high into the air. Not a dangerous hit as there were no players nearby. And look at that ability to balance the ball by Caitlin Whittle, just having the ball on her stick like it was effortless. Impressive as the pass to Littlefield is just in front. Too much velocity on that one.
Just a little bit too much power on the pass, but it's a great play right there to try and switch field and get a different version of the attack going.
So it's Berger passing it back in. And the ball looked like it went off the leg of Queens University of Charlotte. It did. It was off of Sydney Smith, who also has some good experience against Davidson. She has 2 goals against Davidson, outscoring the Bobcats' output against Davidson this season. Now Bobcats with the opportunity here. It is Emma Long who passed it in, trying to find Whittle. Whittle not giving up on the play. And then the aggressive play by Queens University of Charlotte created a dangerous situation. Free hit for the Cats. Littlefield gets it to the other Littlefield, Wesley to Bodie. And then she tries to get it back to Wesley, and then an illegal play. It's going to be a penalty corner as the infraction happened within the attacking circle. And now with 3 minutes, 53 seconds left to play, we see penalty corner, not 6, not 7, but 8 here for the Bobcats.
This is once again another penalty corner here for the Bobcats. So far, being very well defended by this Queens defense. You guys said that they're doing very well so far, keeping the Bobcats tame through 2 quarters.
Yeah, they have been up to the task thus far. Neeson, alongside a couple of her other defenders, sit in the goalie as the rest of the Queens squad sits on the 23-meter line. As the Bobcats with the penalty corner opportunity, unable to get a shot initially, and it is poked away and taken. It was the freshman Charlotte Berger. We've called her name not once, not twice, but 3 times so far today for defensive plays she's made. And now it's a counterattack, a gorgeous pass going inside. It's a one-on-one opportunity, a shot that just goes left. It was a golden opportunity for Ava Mosser, who has an assist on the year, and she was going to try to join that assist with a goal.
Yeah, and that was a beautiful play right there from Queens as they worked the ball down that left side of the field right there with a couple of great passes inside, right side up into the box, but unfortunately just wide.
Speaking of great pass, here's Lichtenberg with Whittle and DeCatla in the attacking circle. 3 minutes, no score. Lichtenberg goes, she spins, she shoots. It's blocked by Neeson. And now it was a dangerous spot in front of the plane of the net. Bobcats unable to convert. Neeson showcases her ability to not give up in the goal despite the offensive pressure.
Neeson again coming out big for Queens here, as she's done so many times throughout these first 2 quarters of play.
Minute 28 in what's been an exciting game so far. Despite there not being a score, we've seen exciting opportunities generated by both teams. 10 shots on goal for Ohio. No shots on goal for Charlotte, but they were just ever so close to being able to get that, as Maincha Lichtenberg, another freshman phenom on this squad, will have the opportunity on the corner of the perimeter here of the attacking circle.
Yeah, and these freshmen for OU so far are doing very well so far this season here.
So 2 minutes to play. Lichtenberg in a 1-on-2 situation and bounces illegally, and she tried to take advantage and misfires on that pass. She was looking for Whittle right in front of the net, unable to get there. So now with the score being 0-0, and Queens University of Charlotte haven't given up a lot of goals these last couple of games, it has to be a big win for their coaching staff and Coach Brandy Kist, who used to coach in the MAC conference with Appalachian State. So maybe she knows a thing or two about playing the Bobcats. As DeCatla pokes the ball away into the attacking circle we go. And it was an opportunity. She was looking for Whittle, and it was poked away, as it seems like they've been smothering Whittle whenever they try to find Caitlin Whittle in the side, the attacking circle. There seems to be 2, 3, maybe 4 defenders for the team in white.
Yes, Cedric, they're really trying to keep Whittle here tame today, and so far they're doing well. She's not been able to really get any space really to do any work.
So when there's no set positions like there is in field hockey, you can get crazy counterattacks.
1 minute.
And it was an opportunity there generated by number 26, Ava Masser. She's a junior, played in 17 games, and made an appearance in all 8 games during the 2020 COVID season. So kind of an interesting sort of year where it was only 7 games in the first year, and then the next season she played in 19 games. So kind of improving a little bit every single season, as Queens with less than a minute here in the 30th minute of the matchup here. We shall see what they can do, as both teams looking to try to set up for one last attack. Bobcats with possession. Mila Kopp, who's come up with a lot of stops, will pass that one up ahead. It's going to be a sprint for the ball, and it looks like it will go out of play. And it'll be up to referee's decision to say who that ball is off of. And it looks like it'll be a free hit for the Bobcats. They're able to get the better one of that, as with 20 seconds left, they're going to have to hurry. Not much time, 18 seconds left to go. And now we see a free hit generated from Queens University of Charlotte.
10,
and that more than likely
9,
will end
8,
the second quarter.
7,
with 6 seconds
6,
left to go, Queens
5,
University of
4,
Charlotte may have allowed 10
3,
shots on goal,
2,
but did they allow a single one? Not at all, as the Bobcats have put all the offensive pressure so far today, but we have no score through 2 quarters. 30
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the edge of the Hawking River here at Pruitt Field on the beautiful campus of Ohio University. My name is Gavin Kagan. Alongside me right now, Cedric Granger. Cedric, a very good first half, I'd say, from both teams. I was very impressed from the Queens defense after facing so many shots, not allowing no goals, though.
Yeah, that was the theme of the first half so far today, Gavin, as it was 10 shots on goal by the Ohio Bobcats. And did they yield one goal? Not at all. It was Neeson in the goal, and she did a solid job for her squad. She's not been the primary starter in the goal, but they might have to consider her to be the primary starter potentially after this game. She has the highest save percentage on the team, and it's got to be over 70% probably by the time this game is done.
Yeah, Neeson as a freshman, very good so far. As number 7 comes down the wing right here, passing it back into the boxes. Nice save from Neeson again.
Yep, again, just the consistency. It's another penalty corner still generated from the Bobcats, but so far, Queens University of Charlotte has not shied away from these penalty corner situations. But again, you think with all of this pressure, with this being the 9th one of the day, the Bobcats will break through at some point, as Queens University of Charlotte has been pretty stubborn on the defensive end, not yielding a thing. Bobcats, though, trying to break through. They've been chipping it away, or maybe I should say whittling them down, and they'll try to generate their first goal of the day right here, right now.
Absolutely. Looks like, I believe that would be number 3. Noah Demartez taking this piece right here. And it's into the attacking box. Dribbling it around, and a shot is blocked right there from the defense. Once again, we've been saying that all day. This defense looking sound. A shot, whiffed on the shot. Kept in the box, and the foul will be called. Looks like it will be, again, another penalty shot for the Bobcats. I believe that is their 10th now on the day. Double digits. That's pretty insane.
That is double digits, but on average, when we go through the totals and how many penalty corners Queens University of Charlotte has given up this season, they're averaging giving up more than about 10 per game, or kind of around that 12 per game sort of mark coming into this one. So not a surprise, as Queens University of Charlotte is used to this, and they've shown why they've been used to this.
Yeah, Kim Will with the ball in the box, and a save again from Neeson with the blocker save. Wow, once again coming up big for her team, as she's done so often so far this game.
Yeah, Mila Kopp tried to go high with her shot this time, being able to try to attack that top half of the net. But this time, even though Neeson, she was on her knees, she was able to get her glove up in the air and knock it up high and over. No goal.
Yeah, and Queens now looking to get something going on the attack, as they have not had too much, but they've countered a lot. As now Whittle is on the ball with a pass outside to the right wing side. DeCatla, again, she's been a force to be reckoned with down there on the right side throughout the first 2 quarters, and she's looking to continue that throughout the game as the ball goes out of bounds. Looks like it will be Queens University ball.
Yeah, it was really impressive what she's been able to do. She had a couple of opportunities at shots. Of the 11 shots on goal for Ohio, she's accounted for a couple of them, and her and Whittle just make a really good team. I can almost tell that she's been working with Whittle a lot throughout the year, Whittle being a senior and DeCatla being a freshman. Those two players have really similar play styles on the offensive side.
That ball's in the net. Looks like it was a deflection off the stick. I'm not sure if it was on the defense or if it was a stick of a Bobcat that deflected that ball into the net. But that's the first goal as the Bobcats finally break through here in the 3rd quarter of play.
Yeah, so here in the 32nd minute, the Bobcats just needed them to slip just once, and that ball was a comet going into the attacking circle. DeCatla, all she had to do was just put her stick out there, ricocheting it all in. 1-0, Bobcats now in front.
It sure was, Cedric. And for the goalkeeper right there, Neeson, she can't really do much about that when the ball is hit that hard, and when it is deflected off the stick as it was on that. You would have to have almost 0.5, maybe not even that of a second to really react to that. So really, you cannot fault the goalkeeper right there. But again, the Bobcats finally break through. As Demartez again taking it, the whiff of a shot, unfortunately, from her, as she was in a good attacking position. Now here come Queens on the counterattack.
We've seen them take advantage of this sort of situation a couple of different times, as they've really been able to go with counterattacks. It seems like that most of the Bobcats, whenever they're on the offensive end, you don't have anybody really trailing back to protect the goal, potentially, aside from just the goalkeeper. So if they can get a running start, they'll be all right. As overall, it's been a pretty quiet day for Macy Lotz, and as a goalkeeper, that's a great thing.
Absolutely. It's showing that your defense is doing well. And a nice save right there again from Neeson.
Yep. Being able to kick that ball away like a kickball player at recess turned into one of my favorite analogies to use as Whittle tried to backhand that shot inside. No dice.
Absolutely. And again, the save from Neeson, as she's done so many times so far, this game has been great for her. As the Bobcats looking to try, again, getting that first goal, see if they can capitalize by getting a couple more here.
So we found out Lichtenberg, at least on the PA, was credited with the goal. I think she might have been the one who ultimately rocketed that pass in there, and maybe they say it did not ricochet off of Decatla, but maybe off of a defender for Queens. So she'll pick up the credit for the goal, as fortunately it seemed like the ricochet happened inside the attacking circle, because if the shot is outside the attacking circle and not touched by anybody, it is no goal. And I've seen that happen before. Mila Kopp, during her freshman year in her last game against Bellarmine, last game of the season, she had a goal, but she was just outside the attacking circle.
Absolutely, and as an attacker, that's heartbreaking, because if you have that great shot right there, that power behind the shot, and unfortunately if you're just outside that attacking zone, the attacking box there wouldn't count. So Bobcats continue down the right wing side here with the ball into the center. Looking to try and get it into the attacking box, which they do. Ball's inside, so it's a deflection off of a defender's stick. As the Royals again have been doing great defense so far, keeping the Bobcats tame with only one goal.
Yeah, 1 goal on 12 shots on goal, not a bad rate, especially compared to what's been the rate they've given up goals throughout this season. 36 given up through 5 games, only 1 today. This would be their best defensive output since joining Division I. If they can keep it, as it's a one-on-one opportunity here, all alone. One-on-one,
Taken away, and a great check right there. Poke check away from the goalkeeper, Lotz. And that's going to be a foul call.
It was an impressive work. Sydney Smith, that is the best goal scorer on Queens University of Charlotte, and she was one-on-one with Macy Lotz. And sometimes you could maybe fall asleep back there after not having a lot of action come your way, but Lotz was ready. Good
Absolutely.
aggression there, not just sitting on your back heels waiting for the shot to come to you. She went right towards the ball, attacked it, and knocked it away.
Absolutely, and then that's a great poke check in ice hockey terms right there. The poke check from the goalie right there to get that ball out right there. And again, Smith, we've called her names a couple of times as she's had some opportunities so far this game, that being her best. But unfortunately, she has not capitalized yet for the Royals.
Yeah, Sydney Smith, 2 goals against Davidson. It's always impressive when you see a player get a goal in a game, much less 2 goals in a game. You don't see a lot of multi-goal games throughout the sport. Caitlin Whittle had a hat trick earlier this season against Central Michigan, which is already impressive in itself. But Sydney Smith, 2 goals on the year, and she was a 2-sport star playing field hockey and soccer. So being able to utilize those running skills to get in front of everybody.
Absolutely. And the shot just goes wide. Whittle again.
She's been close. She's been close
has.
a couple of times today, as that one just missed to the left. But she picked a good spot on the goal. This is where Neeson kind of wasn't at. She was on the far side of the net trying to block there. Whittle attacked on the near side. It's just crazy how much velocity she's able to get on the ball when almost she's like not even looking at it. She kind of like turns around quickly, fires a shot, trying to catch the defense off balance, and it's really impressive to just see her go to work.
It is. She just kind of just waxed the ball with the stick, and being able to generate that much power. As a goalie, I'd be scared. And a ball now into the box, but again, defended nicely from the Rose defenses. They look to try and get something going here on the counter, but the pass is a little bit too much of the Bobcats defense, looking to try and reset here.
Yeah, Mila Kopp with the ball there, being able to sprint down and get that one. You'd think like, oh, it's just going to go out the back line. But the way the Royals run, they are a team with some speed, and they've showcased their ability to run out in front of the entire defenses. Here's another opportunity to showcase the speed, going towards the back line, unable to save it.
She has a little bit too much power on the pass, and that's a great pass right there. A little bit of a through ball almost, you could say.
Yeah, that was Powell who was showcasing the good hustle, running that one all the way through the back line.
Yeah, and Powell's just a little bit behind that, maybe half a step behind, and that's a great defensive play right there from the Rose as they try to get something going, but a great defensive play by the Bobcats again, but still in their zone.
Yeah, it was an impressive job by Lechner showcasing her experience but showcasing that anything you can do, I can do better. The Bobcats defense comes up with a stop and showcases their counterattack.
Absolutely. Now here come the Bobcats. Lichtenberg again on the ball, wins the foul. And she's going to look to reset here, looking possibly try and put the ball into the attacking zone here, which she does. Took a deflection, I believe. That should be out for a Royals ball.
Yep, a free hit at the top here in the 38th minute of the match. 1-0 for the Bobcats after they scored in the 32nd minute with a Maincha Lichtenberg rocket from far out, and then ricocheted off of a Queens player and into the goal.
Absolutely, that was a beautiful shot again. As you just said, it was a rocket of a shot, and thankfully it did take a deflection, because I'm not sure if she was in the attacking zone or not when she let that ball go.
So out the back line. And that'll result in the 11th penalty corner of the day. And we might have to go look on the website, go and see what the record is for penalty corners in a game. I've seen the Bobcats have to defend infinite penalty corners, it seemed like last year against Michigan State, where it was the Spartans really applying the pressure, where they generate about 7, 8, maybe 9 penalty corners in one game, and Bobcats only yielded goals on one of them. And this week, it's kind of like flipping the script from that game a bit. The Bobcats generating penalty corner after penalty corner. However, I think it's really important that they execute here, Gavin. Being able to go up 2-0 means the world compared to just 1-0.
Absolutely, because since you are only up 1-0, you only have that one goal to really take care of business. And the shot is blocked again from the Rose defense. That looks like number 23. That would be Nikolina Kestranova. What a name.
I agree. I know when we were going over our rosters and notes, being able to see that name, you're like, wow, that's such a cool name. She also is quite a great player, appeared in 26 games going into this season, has a goal for her squad as well. And again, a lot of these players, the older players on this roster, came in as Division II recruits and not Division I recruits. So now you're really getting that step up to the Division I game, and they're holding their own. And that really just bodes well for future seasons as this team continues to grow, get better. I think there's a lot to be proud of from Brandy Kist's squad that one here on the road.
Absolutely, and I'd be very pleased if I was Kist, because you have only allowed one goal through about almost three quarters of play here. The defense for the Royals looking so far very sound, holding the Bobcats as they've had so many chances so far this game. The defense and the goalkeeper coming up strong for them.
And not to continue to do so if they want to stay in this game. Down by only one, they are still very much alive. They've showcased their ability to get the counterattack going. Macy Lotz was able to shut down any opportunities they had. As we see a pass, unable to be able to bring that in was Bodie.
Yeah, it's just a little bit miscontrolled from Bodie Littlefield there. The sophomore from Oakland, Maine. Playing with her sister must be a great feeling. Hopefully there's obviously a great bond between those two.
Yeah, it's a great experience, and this is their last year getting to do so, with Wesley now being a senior and Bodie a sophomore. They got that same experience back in high school as well and worked together at their parents' gym out in Maine.
Now the Royals just seeming here to try and get them going on the attack, as they have really only had that attacking play on the counterattacks here. And it's a nice stick right there in the way by Dekatla, showing that she can also make the plays on the defensive side as well as the offensive side of the ball as well.
And it always makes me smile when either I say that or you say that, Gavin, just because in this sport you don't really have those set positions. When you're playing defense, that doesn't mean you're not alive on the offensive side, as we've seen a lot of shots on goal from Anouk Plen, who is one of our star defensive players alongside Mila Kopp, and a couple of other players that have made actions as well on the defensive side. But, yeah, you can't just be only a defensive player, only an offensive player. You have to have all the skill sets to be able to put together a winning plan for your squad.
Absolutely. That's a great ball up right there, number 12.
Lichtenberg tried to keep it in. That was a beautiful, beautiful pass. And Noa de Martez, she takes lots of risk with her passes, but when they pay off, oh my, are they a beauty.
Absolutely. Lichtenberg right there, just unfortunately miscontrolling the ball. Little bit too much pass or power on the pass, sorry. for her to really get a good control of the ball on her stick and try and get a shot on net.
And back today, Martez, one of the reasons she's able to pick up so many assists in a season is because of those passes and her being aggressive and ambitious with her decisions. She has 2 assists this year, 4 assists last year as a freshman.
Absolutely, and Takala now into the box, and it's a shot and a save. A nice save with the rebound. It's still in the attacking zone, but is out of play. Neeson again coming up big with a pad save, stacking the pads, making the nice save right there. I believe that was...
It was Lichtenberg
Yes,
inside, and then Kennedy
Lichtenberg
Bratton
again.
was also the other defender that was there to ultimately poke that ball away. Lichtenberg was trying to kind of work off of the ricochet a little bit, Gavin.
Yeah, the pass inside from Takala to Lichtenberg. It was a great setup right there from the Bobcats, but unfortunately, well, unfortunately for the Bobcats, but a great save by the Royals netminder there, Neeson. And she's done many times so far this game, coming up big for her team.
So 2 minutes remain here in the third quarter as we are in minute 43 of the match. 1-0, Bobcats are in the lead.
Let's call it the ball's head to Takala. It's deflected. Almost an own goal, but it goes just wide of the net.
Just missing left. That was ever so close, but it looks like the Royals are going to get the better of this one as it was an infraction on the Bobcats. And as the sun begins to come out here again in Athens, Queens University of Charlotte trying to get something going here as the Royals from quite a great city in Charlotte trying to be able to steal one on the road, but they're going to have to even it up first.
Yeah, and if they are to do so, they are going to have to try and slot one home, maybe on the counter, as they have done so far this game, looking to try and get a counterattack going as the pass finds no one and goes over the touchline.
Yeah, it was an opportunity here. We're trying to find Richter, but Richter, she stayed kind of back in her area instead of moving forward to try to receive that pass. A little bit on a different page for Queens University of Charlotte as they try to get a little bit of offense going. Seemed like it's been attack after attack by OU with an ever so sprinkle of Queens University of Charlotte opportunities.
Yeah, it seems so far the Queens' really only attacks have come on the counter when they are catching this Bobcat defense sleeping, as you said earlier in the broadcast, maybe because when you don't have much to do back there, you kind of fall asleep and you start to think about other things besides defending.
Yeah, you go out and help out on offense, of course. That's what you want to be able to do. And a lot easier to have 10 players there attacking the net than it is to have 8 or 9 players. But that's the caveat. If you have a team that can run and run well, they can be able to take advantage of that. And that's what Michigan State did last year. I've referenced that game a couple of times because of the penalty corner and because Michigan State will be coming back to town coming up this season. But they had a player that could really run, and there was one of the goals. So they had one goal on a penalty corner, but the other goal they had in their 2-0 victory against the Cats was on a situation where it was a steal, and then the player went coast to coast and took it all the way into the goal.
Yes, it will. And coming up for the Bobcats, a couple of Big Ten teams, as you just said, Michigan State and also the interstate battle. The Ohio State Buckeyes coming into town. If the Bobcats can even take one of those against a Big Ten team, that's going to be a massive game for them.
Yeah, they'll have their opportunities. They're going to get Michigan State October 2nd. They're going to get Ohio State October 9th. And then they're going to get at Indiana on October 23rd on the road in Bloomington. So there'll be no shortage of opportunities as the third quarter has come to an end.
Absolutely. That's the end of the third quarter here on the edge of the Hocking River here in beautiful Athens, Ohio. We'll be right back here on Ohio Bobcat TV. And welcome inside, ladies and gentlemen, back to the banks of the Hocking River here in beautiful Athens, Ohio, as we get the fourth quarter ready to play between the Queen's University of Charlotte Royals and the Ohio Bobcats. My name is Gavin Kerrigan, alongside me, Daniel Barnard. Welcome to the broadcast booth, man.
Thank you, man. I'm taking over Cedric's spot for the fourth quarter. He's generous enough to let me on the broadcast. This is actually my first ever college broadcast for OU. I'm a freshman here, so I'm very excited, and we're being treated to a very intense game between the Bobcats and the Royals, so I'm excited to see how this plays out.
Absolutely. I am also myself a freshman. This is my third broadcast here at OU. I've done volleyball as well as soccer so far. It's been amazing working here along the people here, the great people of OhioBobcatTV, and I cannot wait to see what else happens forward. And the Royals coming down the right wing side here, looking to try and get something going in the attacking zone. Is really, they have not done much besides counterattacks.
Yeah, you know, the Bobcats, they've been in the attacking circle so much today. Actually, 4 shots on goal. And the Royals don't have 1 shot on goal yet to this point. They're obviously looking to change that here as they're down 1-0 with just about 13 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. As this Bobcat defense, when they have had to come up big, they have been caught sleeping a couple of times on the counterattacks, which has led to Queens having those counterattacks. But they have not scored yet. They've come close, but they have not put the ball in the back of the net just yet. The ball goes over the touchline there.
Yeah, that's one thing that I've been very impressed about is this Bobcat defense, you know, not allowing 1 shot on goal yet to this point, and the fact that they're being able to control possession of the ball most of the game. They've had the ball on their side of the field most of the time, and that's paid dividends so far.
Yeah, you also you have to give credit to this Royals defense as well, as they have faced, as we've seen, 14 shots on goal and only allowing 1 goal.
You give credit to the Bobcats offense, but at the same time, when you have 14 shots on goal and only 1 of those has gone in, big credit to that Royals defense standing strong in the attacking circle.
Absolutely, and many great saves from Hannah Neeson, the goalkeeper for the Royals. As now here comes the Royals, but unfortunately a little bit too much power on the pass, and it goes over the touchline for the Bobcat. Free play here. The defense might be looking to try and just waste a little bit of time here, but again, when you are only up 1 goal, you can't really do that unless you have maybe 2 minutes left in the match.
You never know when one of these teams gets a fast break, so to say, and they poke one in, and it's a tie game just like that. So you want to keep the foot on the gas all the way to the end.
Absolutely. As now we have number 14, Sasha DeKadla, coming up the wing with a beautiful pass right there. Coming inside is Whittle. Whittle with a shot. And again, saved by Neeson. And again, she's done that so many times, making clutch saves for this Royals team.
She has been very strong back there in that attacking circle. The goalie for the Royals deflecting countless shots today. That if that goes down as a shot on goal, it'll be the 15th shot on goal today for the Bobcats. But we'll see if they can get something going here again.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a shot. Whiffs on a shot. Whiffs again on the shot, but a foul is called. Looks to be against the Bobcats, but the Royals looking to try and do something here as they turn the ball over. And come down the left wing side, that will be number 3, Sophia Arado, the sophomore from Manorville, New York. It's always great to see how many players come from different countries, different states all across the world, and across the country itself too.
Yeah, that's one thing that I've noticed going into week 5, I think it is, coming up here at Athens, is just meeting all the people, everybody that you meet in different classes, and seeing where they all come from. It's amazing just how many different areas people come from.
Absolutely. And talking about, too, these players from each team, they've got players from all over the place. 3 continents being represented, that being North America, Europe, and also Africa as well. We have a player from South Africa for Bobcats. Sasha DeKadla from Johannesburg, South Africa, the freshman, who so far has been doing it very well so far this season.
Representing well.
Absolutely. It's always great seeing all the different continents and all the different countries that all these players are representing. As the Bobcats coming down, but unfortunately taken over well by number 10, Enya Kemp, the sophomore from Graffernet, South Africa. So 2 South Africans playing up against each other in today's matchup. And the Royals looking to try and do something here. But again, great defense by the Bobcats stopping that attack. Really, they've been sound so far in this fourth quarter as the Royals seem to be upping that ante on the attacking side here in this fourth quarter. Again, defensively right here in that middle part of the field, the Royals defense really coming up strong so far, playing well in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're right, Gavin. I've seen great improvement throughout the game on offense and defense from both sides. This Royals defense has continued to impress me this entire time, and they're the ones that are down on the scoreboard 1-0. But it's, as I said, it's the amount of shots on goal for the Bobcats today is amazing in 14. But when you have a sound defense, when you get inside that attacking zone, it doesn't really matter if you get that many shots on goal.
Absolutely, and again, in the midfield, turnover, but again, the foul's called. We have just about 9 minutes of play in the fourth quarter. Again, the Bobcats only up by 1, so they cannot take anything too lightly as this Queens University of Charlotte team can really come back in it with just 1 goal, and just like that, it could be a tie game if the Bobcats are not careful enough here. As Whittle weaving her way in, shot into the attacking zone, cleared out nicely from the Royals defense. Again, they've been doing that all day. Again, only allowing 1 goal off of 14 shots. That's pretty impressive.
That reminded me of that first goal that was scored by Lichtenberg back in the 32nd minute. It got deflected up and over into the goal, and that one likewise got deflected, but just outside the goal right there.
Absolutely. As the Bobcats still in the attacking third here, looking to try and get the ball possibly into the attacking zone from that left wing side here, and they do. But again, nice defensive play from the Royals, and that's going to be a dangerous ball.
I would love to see a stat on how much time this Bobcats team has been in plus territory versus the Royals, because it has just been amazing how many opportunities the Bobcats have had compared to Queens. But this Royals defense continues to impress, and they've got possession of the ball again, looking to make something happen.
Yeah, absolutely, Daniel. And as you just said, that this team has been in the attacking zone for pretty much the entire match so far, as they continue to do so. Right now, the pass is just a little bit too long from Lichtenberg to try and find her partner, Lucy Davis, right there in the center. But unfortunately, just a little bit too much power on the passes. It's turned over by the Royals, and it's a ball into number 2, Lucy Davis. Again, just calling her name. She's coming on, and she's playing very well so far. Getting the ball early, getting the ball in action. And here come the Royals.
This could be their opportunity.
It could be, but not controlled well from number 31, Faye van der Rohe, the freshman from Netherlands. Quite a few Dutch players out there today on the field. It's always a great sight to see. That ball is going to be put up, and the Royals looking to try and take possession of it here in the midfield. And they do, and they pass it back to the back line. Looking again, Charlotte trying to get something going as again, they had not too much time left, 6:40 left in the game. Still some time, but not a lot of time for the Royals to, again, just get 1 goal. That's all that they need to try and force OT here.
You know, it's just like every other sport out there. Any second, things can change drastically, and that's what Queens is hoping for here. Is they're in plus territory right now, looking to keep it going and potentially get some shots on goal down the stretch.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that the referee's calling the ball off the foot of Caitlin Whittle. She's trying to say it hit her knee. I thought it hit her knee as well, but the referee says it hit her foot, and it's going to be a ball for the Royals. That's passed out to the right wing side, number 22. That'll be Charlotte Berger. We've called her name quite a few times, and the goalie coming out strong.
There was a lot going on.
There was a lot going on right there.
I wasn't sure if the ball was in the net or if it was being held onto by the goalie, but
I was trying to call it, but couldn't really see it.
Yeah, it gets tough when there's a lot of bodies around there.
It does. Macy Latz coming out there, being aggressive in her net as the Bobcats turn it over, and the Royals looking again to try and come back into this game here. 5:23 left in the match, and that's turned over. And here comes number 11, Caitlin Whittle. Caitlin Whittle to try and close the ball game. It's a great save once again Hannah Nason. My goodness, she's come up big today for her team.
And those are two players that have not been getting enough recognition in this game. With it only being 1-0, the goalkeepers have been outstanding.
Oh, the ball is in the net. A great back pass to the back slot. I believe that was Dakala. I believe Dakala did find that ball on the back corner.
Well, I think I'm just going to keep quiet over here. I'm talking about giving the goalkeepers props and the ball goes in the net.
Absolutely.
It's a classic example of I'm going to just have to eat my words on that one. The Bobcats now up 2-0.
Absolutely, it was Sasha Dakala getting credit for the goal. Pass behind the slot. No goalie really is going to go and make the save back door. You can't really make that because, unfortunately, that happened so fast. Wide open. Sasha is unmarked at the back post. She puts it in. 2-0 Bobcats with just under 5 minutes to play. And really, if you're the Royals, you got to start something. You got to start it now before you pull the keeper here.
So interesting enough, it's been 2 freshmen so far for the Bobcats doing all the scoring.
Absolutely.
Lichtenberg and Dakala both coming here in the second half, 1 each quarter. It's just about 4.5 minutes left to go. It's going to be a very tough ask of this Queens offense to put up 2 points on the board, as they haven't been able to do any scoring in the first 56 minutes of this one.
Yeah, and Sydney Smith there with a chance, but unfortunately for her, it was a high stick called, and she's not be able to control that ball as it goes out over the touchline. It'll be a Bobcat free ball right here. And taken in again by Smith, looking to try and get some going here as the ball is into the attacking zone. To the attacking circle, they're trying to get some going, but it's taken over by number 12, Lichtenberg again. And here come the Bobcats. And here we go. Sasha Dakala.
Can she get
She's
another
got
one?
Whittle, the back post. And it is not in. Wow. A lot going on right there. The keeper going down, making the save to her right-hand side. Again, it's always tough when you have a 2-on-0 because you're not sure who's going to be able to take it, as it was Dakala taking it down the right wing side, passing it back over to Whittle. But unfortunately, Whittle could not get around the keeper right there. And again, she's been coming up big, Neeson.
That was Hannah Neeson back there for the Royals, taking on the 2-on-1 fast break. Very good defense back there by her.
Absolutely, and again, left to dry by her defense almost, as no one was back there to help us. Here comes number 7, Marla Call. That ball is into the attacking zone, and it's going to be a call against the Bobcats. As now the Royals, not much time left in the game, 2:39. The clock keeps on counting down, so if the Royals got to do something, they got to start right now. That's again going against the Bobcats here. The Royals again just looking to try and get some here. That's going to be too hard of a pass as the Bobcats take over. Maybe looks and try and get a third and really ice out this game, but unfortunately, a turnover right there in the defensive part as the Royals come out with the ball on top. And a nice cross-field pass right there from Ella Fitzgerald, the senior from Dublin, Ireland. And the ball is going to go out again. Cannot really get too much control with the passes. The pass might be too hard. The ground might be different. Something is not clicking right now, as both teams really struggling to connect on these certain passes here.
You know, and with this clock under 2 minutes now, you never want to call a game over before that final buzzer sounds, but this Queens team is looking gassed out there on the field. They've been giving it their all. Props to them. The full 60 minutes today. But in the end, not being able to get into that attacking zone and get any shots on goal has been hurting them heavily.
Absolutely. That's going to be a shot. Not a shot, but a good cross across net there. The ball might have gotten out over the touchline before it came back inside, but if not, that was a great cross, a great ball into the attacking zone. And if someone was there at the back post, they could have just tapped it in to make it 3. It looks like it will be the Rose ball with now officially 1 minute left in the game. As the Bobcats looking to try and come here and ice the game in, is just wide. Had the chance to ice the game right there, but again, it goes just to the left of that near post, far post, I should say. And it's still Not a lot of life, but a couple of time. You never know what might happen. 36 seconds now left in the game. The Royals' chances dwindling down slowly and slowly. As I believe that would be a free ball for the Royals. And indeed it will be. So looking now to really just try and dribble this clock out here, really. 15 seconds counting down. Now 10, that ball goes up. And here come the Royals. Ooh, but a tough break right there. This is a 3-on-1 over the corner, just looking to go get to that corner and bring the ball out. And indeed they do. And that's going to be a Bobcats win, ladies and gentlemen. 2-0 over the visiting Queens University of Charlotte. Really? If I was Queens, I'd be pretty good. I'd be happy with this. Yes,
I would be as well.
You did lose, but 2-0 to a MAC school D1 team. You're still getting used to becoming a D1 team. That's still a pretty good performance.
Absolutely fresh into the D1 category. This Queens team really came out here and battled throughout. Not one goal let up in the first half of play. Pretty early on in the second half, 32nd minute, that the Bobcats were able to get on the board, but they played really well on defense. They got down the field a couple times, but just in the end, not getting one shot on goal really hurt them. And they fell here to the Bobcats in Athens 2-0.
Yeah, and for the Bobcats going on, looking forward, 2 goals. That's a great offensive showing. Not to mention the defense. It's a shutout, 2-0 shutout. That's great. Looking forward for the Bobcats. Now, the player I like to give a big shout out to is the visiting team's goalkeeper, the Royals keeper Hannah Nason, with many great heroic saves today, as she did all she could for her team to try and keep the Royals in it, which arguably she did. Again, 2-0, not bad. The goals today coming from Meitchen Lichtenberg, and also I believe Sasha Takatla got that second goal today. Ladies and gentlemen,
Sasha's goal really put the icing on the cake for the Bobcats, really made their spirits high, gave them a lot of confidence coming down in the last 5 minutes of the game.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, that'll be it. From the banks of the Hocking River, my name's Gavin Carrig. Alongside me right now, Daniel Bernard. Of course, earlier we had the main man, Cedric Granger. That'll be it for today's broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. Again, 2-0 win for the Ohio Bobcats over the visiting Queens University of Charlotte. You're listening to Ohio Bobcat TV. Good night.